Tony Pearson is my hero. He should be yours too. Take a look at him, guys. He's in his 60s here. In his 60s. He competed at 63 years of age. Who else, aside from maybe Robbie Robinson, who is also my hero, could look like this in their 60s? I mean, Tony Pearson, he is a legend. He is a bodybuilder that everybody can look up to. Everybody can look up to. I mean, take a look at him in his prime. He was diced, proper to the socks. He was wearing socks, for goodness sakes. Just incredibly peeled, as they say. Today, we're going to do a comparison between yesterday's legend, Tony Pearson, and today's juggernaut, today's beast. Well, aesthetic beast, Andrew Jacked. This is actually a fan request from you guys. We had an extra one today. We're dipping into You Pick Tuesday, which will be happening a little bit later. Go to the community section. There will be a poll soon enough. Let's go through these shots because this is just a fun one, guys. Not meant to be taken too seriously. These pictures of Tony Pearson, most of them are black and white, to tell you the truth. Actually, the better shots are the black and white ones. But this is earlier on in his career. Quite aesthetically pleasing, obviously jacked. He's a substantial bit taller. Is he that much bigger? Well, it's hard to say. And I'm going to do this just for the front double. Maybe a couple more. But I don't want to get into a whole make Tony Pearson taller than he really is, but for the front double, it might actually be fun. So make Tony Pearson as tall as Andrew Jacked. And yes, look at the physiques on these two guys, two dudes, if you will. Midsection, might even give it to Tony. Slightly fuller is Andrew Jacked. But one thing that I do notice, even when you make Tony Pearson as tall as this big Jacked, his wheels, I don't think they're as substantial, as large. Well, they're substantial. I don't think they're as large as Andrew Jack's. It's probably the criteria of today's bodybuilders. Back then, Tony's legs were probably fine. Here's a fine. He's looking fine. I'm not coming on to the guy. He is incredible, though. This is the front lat spread. This is a photo shoot. I tried to select different pictures of Tony Pearson than my last one. Look at how low his lats are. Double, triple, wow. Now, food for thought. This is Tony Pearson from, I believe, the 85 Olympia. He competed 84, 85. And this is his prime. Not a very clear shot, and the camera angle's a little bit too high. Probably takes from the lats. But this is just incredible, guys. So if you could take the front lat spread and make him as big. And that's the thing. I mean the skulls of these guys, obviously his head's not going to be that big. If you're going to make him taller, his bone structure is going to be taller. His head's not going to be that big, which renders his shoulder height a little bit lower. So give him the original size head. Because that's how big his head would be, I guess, if he grew really, really tall. He grew really, really tall, and that makes his shoulder height a little bit higher. But either way, just for fun. Yeah, Andrew's legs, they're huge. He's holding them out. He's pointing his knees outward, and I think that creates for a little bit more quad sweep as well. Hard to say. Tony holding his own. Turn to the side. And poor Tony. When you get to these obviously, the real heighted ones, he's being dwarfed. And that's disrespectful to Andrew Jacked to make the other guys as tall as he is. That's a genetic gift that he has. He's tall. He's tall. So, it all adds in together. If Tony Pearson was tall, you would have been the best of all time. Maybe. Here's a side tricep. Tony holding his own a little bit better in the side tricep than in the side chest development. Look at him, guys. He was ripped to shreds. Monsoon, Mooney. And look how ripped Andrew Jacked is. On the contrary, he might even be beating Tony Pearson. Tony Pearson. In the side tricep. Just incredible. Turn around for the back shots, because this is where Tony Pearson becomes an even greater legend. This is a terrible shot for Tony. It's black and white. It's a pan back. It's blurry. Can't really see true condition, but what you can see is the width of the lats, how low his lats are set. He's matching Andrew Jack. I'll see your low lats, and I'll raise you a set of traps. Incredible, realistically. Here's the rear double. And like I said, few and far between are prime time shots of Tony Pearson. But this is from the Olympia, guys. And that's when he was maybe his most peeled. Dugout hamstrings, more ripped than Andrew Jack's. Look at the Christmas tree. That's your abs for the back. And he has abs diced to the socks again, like Louis Marco said. Beccalese. Albert Beccalese? Well, maybe. Either which way, guys, he is defeating Andrew Jack in the conditioning department. It's a tilted, dousely picture. You can't use it. You can't see the true silhouette of Tony Pearson. Abs and thigh, just incredible. I know I said that a lot in this matchup, but Tony Pearson really is a bodybuilder that you should know. You should know who Tony Pearson is. He's very well known. Well, he should be more known than he is. Sure, Arnold knows him. Come on. Never mind about me. Let's talk about Tony. Hey, Tony, what do you think about me? Arnold. Oh, Arnold. Now here is a picture where I would like to bring Tony Pearson. Now this is awesome. Look at this. He is throwing down with Andrew Jack as Tony, probably beating him. You can definitely see Tony needs a little bit more size in the quads to match Andrew Jack's size, but it's very substantial nonetheless, and I would actually personally give him this abs and thigh shot. Keeping in mind, I made Tony quite a bit taller than he actually is. Here's the most muscular, and at the end of the day, guys, genetics, height is part of your genetics. Lou Ferrigno, if he wasn't 6'5", he wouldn't be the beast that he is. And ditto with Andrew Jack. He is awesome. Height counts, and height ultimately gets him the victory in this one. Well, probably, guys. I mean, it's mathematics, right? Of course, there is that X factor. Tony Pearson was much more peeled, much more ripped, diced in that Christmas tree area for sure. Taking nothing away from Andrew Jack. But it seems no matter who I compare Tony Pearson with, I always consider Tony was from the 80s. Baby please, I am always much more impressed with him than the other guy. And Andrew Jack is something special, guys. Just so impressed with Tony Pearson. One of the all-time greats. One of the all-time legends. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Have a nice one.